How y'all doing? Ah, went for a drive, had showered and then took a drive. Went cruising around memories. Oh man, there are so many memories in this town. Ah, so many neighborhoods and shortcuts from here to there. And 'cause up till 14, boy, it was all hoofing it. I covered the ground with feet. That Mama didn't trust me on a bike because she just said, "No, boy, if you want to get there, you go on your feet." So I had to walk it, and that was the way it was. But you know what? Walking gives you time to appreciate what you're going around. And so I'm driving down through those streets. I remember houses and their yards. So much has changed, though. Wow. Trees that were there aren't there no more, and trees that wasn't there are there. So, it is a continuously redoing, uh, rebuilding village. That's what's going to be cool. Be able to go back and see all the stuff that was before. See how my grandma grew up and what her house was like when it was first built. Because I got to see it on the tail end, and the tail end sucked. Let me tell you, boys, it was. Whew, that flood of '93 was a blessing in a lot of ways, people. That was. That house had seen its days. It was time to come down. So, and the ground down there looks so beautiful because all of them down there was like that. Oh my gosh! I mean, that area was developed back before when they only had 110 volts through the neighborhood, and that was all they had. There was no such thing as a 220 service. By the way, why I didn't have a hot water heater for many a years, or a few. I don't remember exactly. Mama used to heat up the water in a kettle and bring it into the tub, which is a burn pleasure kind of some, if you could picture that. Can't get too close to it, but boy, it does make that cold water feel better. it was it was truly an experience, and I'm glad to share it with you when we get up there and we talk. But I did take a cruise through our mall, and I'll tell you what, it's actually in pretty damn good shape, guys. I was expecting 10 times worse than what I saw. I was impressed. We're going to be able to do some really cool shit with that thing right off the bat. And community is going to have a place when the weather's bad. Because the weather is bad sometimes here. And I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, that was the coolest place to go. We had a lot of fun. It was just the movie house, and then Walgreens they used to have in there, and go check out the comic book section. I did do that. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. And all the other cool shops that used to be there. And it was really just a place to hang out. Um, we had Land of Oz. I don't remember the name of it before. The arcade shop. Arcades were just coming in, and it was big stuff. I mean, as I was getting old enough, Pong was a dinosaur kind of thing, but they still had one in that arcade. Um, and we had some of the newest stuff was like Tron, and we put many quarters through them damn machines. Oh yeah, and even when we weren't and we were broke, we'd stand there and watch somebody else playing. It was cool. They always had good music going on in there. It was just a good hangout. It was a lot of fun. And that needs to come back. That needs to come back. We're going to make this world safe so that it can happen. And we're going to take greed out of it so it financially can happen. That's what's going to happen here. We're going to get things like that in all villages. And we're going to start loving and talking more. And lifting our heads up more often. See who's in front of us. You know, that's one thing I do notice with people. I know they're doing it on purpose right now. They're like staring away. Oh, oh, it's so much better than back in the old days when they used to do that. Ew, there's that sex offender. Oh man, this is so much better, guys. I'm telling you, it's. I had many of them looks. Oh, that sucked. Oh man, I'm telling you, boys. You think being black sucks, dude? You need to try that program. Oh man, you want to talk community scouring and looking at you like piece of poo? Oh man, it was rough. But anyway, back on the positive side, I see some really cool things that we can do out there, and I'm like, man, I'm walking through this thing like, dude, this thing's already halfway set up. We got all kinds of empty places to work with, and we just need ideas on the table. I seen a little dance shop out there. You know, my girls, they love that. Oh, they love that so much. That was their gig. And you know, that is good for little girls. And you know what, little boys? There's nothing wrong with getting out there and doing it too. Watch them guys on One Voice. I mean, there's a lot of choreography going on in there, guys. And it's, you know, we got to rethink what, you know, being a man is really all about. You know, that's that old cowboy bullshit world. Nah. No. All that does is lead up to a pent-up man that's hates the world. Let them tears flow. Be okay to get out there and dance and have fun. And never worry about who's watching. Worry about how you're feeling. Because that's really what it's about. Because you ever seen a kid that don't give a shit about who's watching? Oh man, they got some moves. And it's just darling, you know? It makes everybody smile. So, you know, keep that in mind. I see that dance academy going big, you know what I mean? It's going to be really awesome. I see a bunch of things that can happen. And that's only in our little village. It's going to be great. Downtown shops. Oh man, it brought tears to my eyes as I drove through it today. I remembered, man, I go all the way back to Five and Dime on the corner of Woolworth. And made right across the street for a lunch. Boy, those were the days. Downtown was, I mean, you dressed up to go down there. That was the time you got to put your good clothes on. And it was fun. It was fun. All the shop windows. Different things to see. Yeah. Yeah, he's plugging them spark plug wires in as I'm coming down 2nd Street. I'm trying my best not to bust out into tears. Oh, man. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment for me. Because that's the way it was. And that's the way it's going to be again. We're going to find peace and love everywhere in the world. Just like I had when I was growing up. And I'm going to make sure of it. And that's what we're going for here, guys. I got the vision. I just need some hands. And we can make it happen. So anyway, even drove by some old friends' houses. Things do change. Things do. I mean, the neighborhoods, the trees are that wasn't there. Where's the tree that was there? Okay, it changes. It changes. I even went down by my uncle's house. See, I haven't talked much about them guys or any of my other family, and it's because on purpose. Because I got a lot of time to tell stories, so I'm slowly working to it. And as I get towards Christmas, my really important stories, they'll be, and they are important. Because I had some aunts and uncles that were just the best. And one of them was my Uncle Ray and my Aunt Harriet. She cut my hair all the time. Oh, she was the best. She was the one that when it came time to get my hair cut, I went down to see her. And I loved doing it because it was just so much fun. She made it fun. She really did. She was just, she was always comical. And sometimes it'd drive my Uncle Ray crazy. It's like, okay, Harriet, that's enough. Because my Uncle Ray, he was a good man. He had humor in him too, but he did have a point where we're down to business. Let's get this. He was a plant manager when we had a Wolverine, and he was a business. But he wasn't a business to sit behind the desk. It's okay, boys. Here's what we got to do. And I remember going down there on weekends sometimes, and we didn't have a lot of money, so. But they did have a little candy store, maybe 3 blocks away. And one of the greatest treats that I remember was when I'd get to their house, we'd sit around, and next thing you know, kids are like, hey, let's see if we can get some money to go down to the candy store. And we'd all plot together, getting it all figured out. And then we'd make our little routine to come in and beg. And we did. And we did. And we made a good sale. Next thing you know, we got changed. It's coming out. Oh, yeah, money's coming out. All right. We're all excited, and we go cruising down the street and cruising over to that little penny candy store. Okay, what do we want? It was neat. It was neat. And then we go down the street from the penny store to the park and eat it, or go back to the house and do it there. It was awesome memories. And I'll get to show it to y'all. I had some really awesome cousins that were really good to me. And there's another whole side of the other family I haven't even talked about. But they all of them were important. Because see, the other side of the family was a lot poorer. My father's side. And they had projects, things of their own, as far as living in the projects as they were growing up. They'll tell you their stories. It was tough. It was tough on that side. But, everyone has their own path. Everyone chooses, how much they want to put into it. And what's important. And, I'm very thankful for my Uncle Ray and Aunt Harriet. They were the second mom and dad when I came down. I stayed overnight at their house sometimes. Sometimes I'd get scared and want to go back home. Yeah. I didn't. I was definitely a mama's boy. But it was just the way it was. They didn't realize how different I was. I didn't know how different I was. Because it wasn't like I was afraid of pain or hurting myself, because I was friggin' reckless as hell. Man, there was nothing that scared me that way. But being around people, that's always affected me. I've never been to a NASCAR race. I've never been to a pro game. I've never been to a pro anything. I've probably been to two concerts in my life. And I didn't like it. I didn't like being in that crowd. That's just the way I was. Now I see why. It's one of those things that I didn't realize how different I am. And he's always kept it hidden from me. But it was still there. And it still gave me a phobia. But now I understand the phobia. And I loved it today. Oh boy, I loved it today. I was sitting there at one intersection and I just felt it all around me. And oh man, it just made me bust out into a grin. It just really does feel comfortable. Yeah, it won't be long to be out there. And we will stick to the original plans. Sorry about that. That commercial kind of threw me off earlier. I just go back into that remote or that program of try to save everybody. And he just keeps reminding me that some aren't worth saving. They've already made their bed and they're going to have to lay in it. So it is what it is. And we're going to be just fine. And we're going to have an awesome world after Christmas. We just got to wait for it. Although we can dream like hell until then. And we can spread joy and love and peace amongst each others. Have at it. But, yeah, I'm going to listen to some more Christmas music here. Finish my lunch that I guarantee you my doctor would say, hell no. No, boy, you are not eating that. But I'm eating it. Anyway, and then we'll probably take a nap. I haven't had a lot of sleep. He freaking 4 a.m, and then he gets me up at 8. It's like, come on, man, let me sleep in. But he don't. I got things to do, people to see, places to go, things to say. So here we be. But I am going to go down for a nap and maybe catch up on some REMs myself, and then we'll do some more stories. And then I can, hopefully he'll pull that spark plug about missing the game, because right now it's peeving me off. Because it's like, damn, can't he just let up once? One time, let up. Just let me have one. Want to save the world, boy? Yes, Father. That's okay. Anyway, moving on. That penny candy store was fun. Oh my gosh. Kids need to be able to do that once in a while. It's probably not good for their teeth or their diet and what have you. So we probably got to keep that to a really special occasion. Can't do that every freaking day. No, it's not fun. It's not important. It's not a special treat. It's like ice cream and an ice cream cone. You get that baby once a month. You really enjoy that ice cream cone. You get it every day. It's just an ice cream. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll get back to you. All right, guys.